Yeah, he was. I call him a sociopath. I mean, I think that he wants to win no matter what. He was willing to do whatever it takes to win. He didn't care who he stepped on.
I just thought he was terrible.
Well, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
There's a lot to unpack here, and trust me, you won't believe what Denzel actually said. Let's break it all down. Denzel Washington just did something that nobody saw coming. He completely humiliated Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively in front of everyone. This wasn't just a one-time thing. Denzel has a history of making fun of Ryan, and now people in Hollywood are starting to notice. But why did Ryan do that to make Denzel angry? And why does it feel like Hollywood is turning against Blake and Ryan as a power couple? When it comes to Denzel Washington, Ryan Reynolds' charisma, comedy, and quick comebacks seem to work against him. In 2012, Ryan and Denzel co-starred in the film Safe House, and Ryan couldn't stop raving about how much he liked Denzel.
What about Denzel Washington, working with such a veteran actor? Did you learn anything? What was the takeaway from working with him?
You learn so much working with a guy like him. I mean, not only is he a pleasure to work with, and just to see that somebody can be that passionate about what they do, and they've been doing it for this long, but you just see how discipline really kind of wins the day, and that's what he brings.
He referred to it as a dream come true, and expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to collaborate with such a legend. Although Denzel in interviews, he didn't seem to feel the same way, even though Ryan was always complimenting him. When asked about Ryan's performance in one interview, Denzel hardly responded at all, saying only, "I just thought he was terrible."
Have you read the things he said about you?
No.
He said working with Denzel was a sort of a lifetime dream, and he said you're just about the best actor going. And the problem that brought from him working with you was that sometimes when he was in a scene, he would forget to act, and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would. I just thought he was terrible.
When Denzel was asked about working with Ryan at another event, he didn't even immediately respond. Instead, he just sat there in silence, grinning awkwardly. Perhaps he was kidding, but the way he said it, completely straight-faced, made it obvious that he wasn't Ryan's biggest fan. Hollywood actors typically make up praises for their co-stars, but Denzel was unable to pretend that nothing was said and that things only got worse. Actually, during filming a fight scene in the Safe House, Ryan gave Denzel his first black eye.
Just whipping backwards as I was reaching forward. Pow! First black eye I've ever had in my life.
And I remember they called cut, and I looked back, and oh man, he had a shiner this big, and I just thought, wow, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
Naturally, it was an accident. But can you imagine trying to maintain a positive relationship with someone after punching them in the face? It appeared that Denzel wasn't overly excited about Ryan Reynolds. Was this simply a personality clash? Or does Denzel see something in Ryan that others don't? People are questioning whether Hollywood truly respects Ryan Reynolds in light of Denzel's icy responses. Not only does Denzel Washington appear to be at odds with Ryan Reynolds, but an increasing number of industry insiders are implying that Ryan may not be as well-liked as people believe. When questioned about Ryan's films, one of the most well-known directors of all time, Quentin Tarantino, didn't mince words. He admitted that he had never watched them, and even implied that they weren't truly part of the zeitgeist.
Part of the marvelization of Hollywood is, it's the, you have all these actors who have become famous playing these parts, characters, but they're not movie stars.
Essentially stating that they aren't significant or memorable in Hollywood, huh? Then there's Gerard Butler, the actor from 300. When someone compared his film Gamer to Ryan's Free Guy, he didn't just brush it off. Instead, he laughed out loud and made it clear that he didn't take Ryan's work seriously at all. And let's not forget Tim Miller, the original Deadpool director. Deadpool 2 was a giant success, but Tim left the project because Ryan wanted too much control, according to reports. Tim chose to leave rather than comply with Ryan's demands. So even though Ryan is excellent at making money and entertaining, fans, it appears that the biggest names in Hollywood don't really view him as a top-tier actor. And when Hollywood stops taking you seriously, that's a bad sign. His spouse, Ryan Reynolds, isn't the only one losing favor in Hollywood. His wife, Blake Lively, has also been dealing with significant problems in the industry for years. And believe me, things don't seem good for her. From her role in Gossip Girl to her gorgeous red carpet appearances, Blake was regarded as one of Hollywood's most popular stars. However, recently, Things have changed, and not in a positive way. Let's start with Blake's Gossip Girl role, in which she played Blair Waldorf, best friends with Leon Mears' character Serena van der Woodsen.
Make you happy? At least I won't have to watch the next episode of The Serena Show. You know, I was coming here to invite you to hang out with us. Oh, how generous, Serena! I should feel so blessed that you would include me in your little group.
Yet they hardly spoke behind the scenes. Reports say Blake and Leighton didn't get along, and their co-stars even felt like they had to pick sides even after the show ended. Leighton moved on quietly with her career while Blake seemed to struggle to keep the same level of fame. Then there was the Kate Middleton controversy in 2024. Kate Middleton was caught up in a Photoshop scandal after posting an edited family photo. Most celebrities stayed quiet, but she decided to joke about it while promoting her own brand. The internet did not take it well after major backlash. She deleted the post, but the damage was already done. People called her out for trying to capitalize on a serious situation just to sell products. And now her latest movie is already getting hate, and it hasn't even been released yet. It ends with Us, based on the best-selling book, was supposed to be a giant comeback for Blake, but fans were outraged when she was cast as the main character, saying she was too old for the role. Then, when behind-the-scenes photos leaked, it only got worse. That orange wig trended for all the wrong reasons, with people roasting her look and saying she looked like a low-budget Wendy's mascot. But the most embarrassing incident occurred when her co-star Brandon Sinar was asked about working with her and completely sidestepped the question instead of saying something like, "She's great to work with." In Hollywood, when someone doesn't even pretend to be complimentary, that says a lot. So with all these controversies, is Blake Lively losing her A-list status? It seems like Hollywood isn't treating her the same way anymore. With all the backlash and awkward moments surrounding Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, people are beginning to wonder if the industry is finally abandoning them after years of neglecting. With their good looks, sense of humor, and ability to land big movie deals, Ryan and Blake were viewed as Hollywood's golden pair. However, now the cracks are beginning to appear. Denzel Washington has no regard for Ryan. Quentin Tarantino doesn't pay attention to his films. It's not a good sign that major filmmakers are turning down his projects, and that even his own co-stars are reluctant to give him credit. Blake, on the other hand, went from being a Hollywood sweetheart and fashion icon to generating headlines for all the wrong reasons. The Gossip Girl debate, the Kate Middleton drama, and its terrible reception come to a conclusion with Us. When co-stars refuse to even compliment you and fans publicly disparage your film before its release, it's a serious warning sign. Relationships are the foundation of Hollywood, and once big names start avoiding you, it's difficult to get back on your feet. Currently, it appears like directors, actors, and even the business are gradually moving away from Ryan and Blake. Is this the end of their dominance in Hollywood? Will Ryan and Blake battle for attention again? Or are we seeing them lose their A-list status in front of us? With so many well-known people separating from Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, Denzel Washington isn't the only one who is done with them. The major question is if they can recover or if this is the beginning of their current decline in Hollywood. Although Ryan still has Deadpool 3, which could help him maintain his career, filmmakers aren't eager to collaborate with him. While Ryan continues to be a great box office hit, his standing in Hollywood appears to be eroding because Quentin Tarantino doesn't even notice his films, and previous filmmakers like Tim Miller have left the industry due to creative disagreements, and even stars like Gerard Butler have publicly ridiculed him. Blake, on the other hand, is in an even more difficult position. Her role in It Ends With Us is already receiving a lot of criticism, and if the film fails, it could seriously harm her career. In addition, recent scandals have damaged her public image, making it harder for her to remain relevant. However, Hollywood is unpredictable. Some actors go through difficult times and recover, while others gradually fade away as the industry moves on to newer stars. At this point, Ryan and Blake appear to be at a crossroads. If they want to remain at the top, they will need to quickly regain Hollywood's trust. Please let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to watch our other videos for more. Celebrities. Bombshells. Is this the start of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's demise in Hollywood? Denzel Washington openly humiliated Ryan in front of directors and actors, who avoided both of them. Their once unshakable standing is obviously beginning to crumble. It ends with Us backlash and past controversies, and Blake is struggling to stay relevant. Hollywood is a difficult place where 1 minute you're on top, and the next you're being pushed out of the spotlight. What do you think? Was Denzel just being brutally honest? Or is there a larger reason why Hollywood is separating itself from Ryan and Blake? Ryan may still have Deadpool 3, but aside from that, he's not getting much industry respect. To ensure you don't miss the newest celebrity drama, leave your thoughts in the comments below and remember to like, subscribe, and enable notifications.